Okay, Vic. You and I, we're not gonna be friends for right now. You're doing the mind-numbing third act breakup, but we'll be fine. Let's just keep it on and let's just get through it. Oh God, I got two more chapters. But I got one more chapter before I get to the whole entire confession crap. I just. Fluttershy had not left her cottage for 3 days. After returning home, the first thing she did was collapse on her bed, and in the morning went shopping for food. Since then, she had not moved. Her friends would swing by, trying to cheer her up and convince her to go out, but none of them succeeded. Pinkie even threw a welcome home party, but that only brought her to tears. Finally, she emerged from the cottage, but only went as far as her yard. It was mostly empty, since she had let most of her critters go, and the flowers were almost dead from lack of water. As she watered them, she did not notice that she was being watched. Her cottage was on the very edge of the evergreen forest. She made an effort not to look at it. Perched on one of the trees was the fairy DeClonco she was trying to forget. He had done nothing but watch her the past few days, when he was not sulking, and all had been through the mirror until now. It ached to see her, and up close was even worse. Why did he torture himself then? He could not stay away from her. He wished he could do more than just worship her from afar. He wanted to take her in his arms and apologize for everything, and tell her how much he loved her. Then he would hold her close to his heart with no intention of ever letting her go. But he had already done enough. Fluttershy! At the sound of Twilight Sparkle's voice, Discord vanished from his hiding place. The Alicorn approached her Pegasus friend, carrying a stack of books. Nice to see that you're out and about, she said with a smile. I brought some books that might cheer you up. Thanks, Fluttershy muttered, but I don't think reading's gonna make me feel better. Well, you have to do something. Then what you need is a break to get your mind off. She dared not say it. Oh, just confess already. We know it's going to happen. Yes, but we need to drag this. Come on, Twilight. Fine. Anyway, I'm returning to Camelot tomorrow. You want to come along? She did not take the time to think about it and nodded. The next day, Twilight, Fluttershy, and her 4 friends were on a train to Camelot. The heirs had decided to come as well for Fluttershy's sake, though it took a while for Rainbow Dash to convince Spitfire to let her have a vacation. Since he had started going out with Soren, Spitfire had been a little edgy with her. Spike had to stay in Ponyfield and mind the library. Each bear tried to engage Fluttershy in a conversation, but she hardly spoke a word. And then he said, I'm just a little horse! Rainbow burst out laughing. I don't get it, Pinkie said. Well, if you heard Soren tell it, you'd think it funny. Randy rolled her eyes. I've had enough being blind, but deaf. I'm not in love with Soren. We haven't even been going out that long. First I let out a whimper that only Applejack had heard, because she was in the bunk next to her. She patted the yellow Pegasus on the back. Hang on, sugar, she murmured. We're almost there. Celestia agreed to group at the castle and surprised Fluttershy with a hug. I never had a chance to thank you, the princess explained. What you did was very brave. She did not need to ask what she was referring to. Fluttershy remained in her room until dinner, so she could barely eat. As she filled her fork, she thought of her many mealtimes with Discord. He would always give her what she asked, or surprise her with her favorites. She remembered one time when he made the candles dance, and the gravy boat come to life. Those little harmless magic tricks that would make her giggle. Somehow, he always managed to put a smile on her face. Her lack of appetite did not go unnoticed. Are you all right, my dear? Celestia inquired. Fluttershy winced, as he was used to hearing that question from someone else. I'm just not hungry, that's all. Well, maybe you should get some rest, Applejack suggested, noticing the dark circles under her eyes. All she did was nod as she excused herself from the table. She's been like this ever since she came back, Twilight explained to the princesses. Well, maybe she should just do us all a favor and skip to the confession already, Luna said. I do not believe you fully explained how your master returned. Well, he let her go. The princess of the night widened in her eyes. Pardon? That's what happened. He just let her go. But why? Twilight shrugged. She won't talk about what happened and we're afraid to ask. Applejack slammed down her fork. Y'all still don't get it, do ya? Oh, we get it! The Sarah Ponyton stalked out of the room. 2 hours later, Fluttershy lay wide awake in bed, staring at the ceiling. Though she was tired to the bone, she could not sleep. She had gotten used to Discord coming in to say goodnight and then playing her a lullaby for her. About a week ago, he had surprised her with a kiss on the forehead. Her mind had wandered to her last night together, when he had kissed her for real. His lips felt so cool and gentle against hers. She would never admit this out loud, but that had been the best moment of her life. Despite what she had tried to do with her, she wanted him here. She wanted to feel his arms around her, be sure secure in his embrace. She wanted to hear his voice whispering in her ear, comforting her. She missed him. Discord was not getting any sleep either. He tossed and turned on the ceiling all night, but he could not rest. He was thinking of Fluttershy, betting she was sleeping much more peacefully now she no longer had him to fear. It took all of his cognitive power not to check in on her. He had been trying to distance himself for the past few days, but the longing to see her, to hold her in his arms, still lingered. He jumped out of bed and flew slowly to Fluttershy's room. He had not touched it since he had left. He considered turning into a bowling alley, or a swimming pool, or anything to erase any trace of her ever being there, but how could he? He approached the bed where she had once slept. He could see her lying there on her side, her chest rising up and down ever so slightly. He reached out to touch her, only to realize it was a mirage. He took the sheets in his hands and pressed them to his face, inhaling her sweet flowery scent. At that moment, he broke into tears. "I'm so sorry, Fluttershy. I'm so sorry." He also sniffed her panties, which was admittedly a little creepy. And then he proceeded to reenact the ending to The Graduate. Excuse me, but do you know how to get to Hayden Street? Hayden Street. I know of a place on Hayden Street. I'll never. Excuse me. I know it's a small part, but surely we could do better than this. We could get a better actor. Can we get a better actor in here? Hayden Street. I remember that place a long time ago. Such fond memories are there. I met a girl there once, a long time ago. It's down that way. First intersection. Thank you! The next thing Fluttershy knew, she was standing in the garden Discord had given her. She did not remember how she had gotten there, but she immediately began searching the chronicles out. "Discord," she called. "Discord, are you here?" She heard a moan at a distance. She ran towards the sound, but it seemed further away with every step she took. She then saw a broken figure lying at his side. As she got closer, she gasped, "Discord, what happened to you?" The Winter Chronicles rolled over and smiled at the sight of her. "Oh, Fluttershy, now that I've seen you again, I can die peacefully." "Well, no, you can't die. You're immortal." "Everything must die eventually, my dear." "But how? I don't understand." He reached out and touched her face. "Trust me, it's better this way." "No, you can't end like this. Discord!" She continued calling his name as he faded into nothing. Suddenly, another familiar figure appeared in front of her. She looked up to meet the eyes of Mufasa.
"This is Joker's in honor of James Earl Jones."
"Do not fret, child," she spoke softly. "Discord is still quite alive." "Princess Luna, but I saw..." "Wait, am I dreaming?" "Indeed you are." "Oh, thank goodness, I thought..." "What are you doing here, child?" Whereas I blinked. "What do you mean?" "Let me rephrase that. Why are you here, and not with Discord?" "Beg your pardon, Highness, but did you not hear? He let me go." "But why did you go?" "Because, well, he didn't want me in..." "Luna Scout didn't want you?" "I beg to differ. I saw you two in the forest." Fluttershy froze. "You saw me kiss him?" "No, Dad. I saw you dancing. He kissed you?" The Pegasus shrunk in embarrassment. "Just once." "My point is that all the years that I've known Discord, I've never seen him look at any pony the way he looked at you. It is clear that I cares for you, and that you are happy. So what happened?" "I said some..." No, let me guess. Third act breakup?" "Third act breakup." "Oh, God, no. We're doing this right, cliché?" "Yes." "You know, I would almost prefer if you were captured by the Dark Gundam and Discord that is logic raised that way. I think we would all prefer that over this. Alright, let's just try to get through this. Well, we could always do another opera. Oh, yes, that's true, we could, but let's focus on the main stuff here. What's the next line? Well, you ask, why else would he let me go? Right. And then you say, oh no. What? Let's see, on page 13 here. Let's see, why else would he let you go? And at first I was about to answer when the image rippled, indicating he was waking up. Oh, do I really have to say this overly cliched line? Please, we got to do something else. There's got to be some way we can say to improve this line. It's embarrassing. We could always say in Japanese, Luna. Right, let's do that. Kokoro no koe ni mimi o katata mukotete. Luna called out as he flew out in a dream. She sat on her bed. Oh, what am I going to do? Oh, come on. We all know what I'm going to do. Let me do it already. I'll promise I'll be a good girl. This girl was in the garden, sitting by the pond, staring at his reflection. What are you sulking about? Isimus inquired. You don't need that pony. You got along fine without her before. I did not know her before. Discord grumbled. Do you think in shonen romances or shoujo romances they do third act breakups? Doesn't matter. You're better off. Then why do I feel so empty? I mean, G Gundam kinda sorta had a third act breakup, but that was more of Princess Luna, but that was more of Rain getting kidnapped. Because you gave up your control of Equestria. A very stupid thing to do, by the way. Hey, maybe the ponies are so in shock that they're vulnerable enough for attack. He sighed. What's the point? None of it matters. Don't worry, you folks who are listening to this about my complaints about this. I'd rather be reading this than Seventh Element. Actually, there's a lot of fanfics I'd be rather reading than Seventh Element. Rather be reading Micah than Seventh Element. It's your voice was confused. None of it matters. You're the Lord of Chaos, for crying out loud. You have powers beyond comprehension. You're saying none of that matters. None of it. He caused Rose a sniff. Not since her. Somewhere out there, someone really needs me. I don't know how or why, but believe me. I'll search the universe to find her. Forever beside her. For the honor of love. By the power above. I have the power. He just rolled his eyes. Well, fine. If you want the girl so bad, why did you let her go in the first place? Because he started up in the starry sky. I love her. So steal her back. I don't care. Just quit your moping. I can't do that. Did you see the way she looked at me? She'll never see me as anything but a monster. He splashed the water, causing his voice in a ripple. Then buried his face in his hands and sobbed. When Fluttershy came down to the kitchen, a stranger walked into my world, and when he thought I really heard, he spoke of things so like in love and peace, of how those things would never cease. I have the power. I have the power. The strength of love will always guide us. Okay, guys. Absolutely nobody's going to get that He-Man joke. Cut it out. Oh, you're just jealous because you couldn't think of a better gag. I'm writing part of your dialogue. Improv does not count as writing your own dialogue. Oh, flip you. Alright. Flip. Why do I ever hire him? When Fireside came down to the kitchen, she found Applejack preparing a plate of sandwiches. Wait, I like this thing for you. Applejack, working in an apron, cooking, us sharing a breakfast together, talking about each other's day. Oi, focus! Oh, I'm sorry. The cowgirl said once she knows her friend. I'm guessing you're down here for the same reason. Fireside questioned, tilting her head. Last time you were down here, you had a dream about Discord.
Well, yes, but why are you here?
Couldn't sleep, Applejack said, handing her a sandwich. I've been worrying about you, Sugar Cube. You don't eat, you don't sleep, you hardly speak.
I'm just recovering from, well, that's all.
I think it's a little more than that.
What do you mean?
I'll explain later. First now, tell me about your dream. And why aren't we just skipping to the I confess scene?
Because we want to drag this out. We're dragging.
She told Applejack every detail, including the part where Princess Luna appeared. Applejack nodded as she insisted. So, let's go organize. I saw it while we were at the castle. You saying Discord made that for you?
Yes,
Fireside muttered, finding her still uneaten sandwich. Huh. Well, that'll explain where the critters went off to. You told the princess that you and Discord kissed? She hung her head. I'm not trying to prison you, Suga. You were with him for a whole month. I just want to know what happened. I promise I won't bring any of it up with the others. She sighed.
I was terrified at first. I explained to him I wanted to fall in love before I got married. That's to stall for time. Then he started asking me if I loved him. Well, then we sort of got to know one another, and he became so kind and gentle and respected my pace. Whenever I saw him, I could not help but smile. I miss him. I know I really shouldn't. After the party, oh, he was so upset. Phew!
I don't think that's mostly our fault, hon. I'm the one to put you on the spot and ask you to lift him. I'm real sorry for that. Sis, you have all the symptoms. Even now, listen, lack of appetite, sleep.
Maybe it's not what you think.
Fireside snapped. Maybe it's exactly what I think.
How do you know?
Because that's how I felt after seeing that young stallion in the bookstore. The way he kind of works, comes up with a lot of different stories, does read for the audience. And he's just a hard worker. You can't be too lazy running both a bookstore and a studio, and there's all those times he just says hi to all the other people who hang around Ponyville that doesn't like to analyze and stuff like that. And then there's his writing and stuff like that. Of course, we both love our siblings to death. I just think there's something special about him. The wolf grew silent. The Fireside dropped her sandwich and looked away.
I don't know, Applejack. I miss him, but I don't know if I...
Applejack laid a hand on her shoulder. Hey, I'm not sure either. Took me a while before I realized my feelings.
What do you expect me to do? Go back to him?
Yeah, that's exactly what we've been joking about for the past few pages. I expect you to... Oh, no. Hey, can I get some trampolines in this, too?
Runahime no abadosu ni shikatakate, jubu no kokoro no omokoto, mama mi ni kodo shite kudasai. You saw what happened? Well, he becomes possessive over me again. What if I'm wrong? What if our friendship was all a trick? What if this was just a game to him?
You know what they say, Sugar Cube? Scales boy.
Nanake ka o ashite urura sororo kahiho shite akate kudasai.
Oh, interesting. They kept using please at the end of those sentences. First I looked at her head and realized Ethan.
But he did set me free.
She spun to face her friend.
Oh, Applejack, can you see that he loves me? You didn't want me unhappy, so you let me go. Oh, he must be so lonely right now. What if my dream comes true? Oh, Applejack, I had to see him. I had to make this right.
Look, I said you know, but if you do decide to go back, don't do it just for Discord. Do it for yourself. Love is just as selfless as it is selfless. Are you going to go back because he wants you to, or do you want him?
Both. Oh, I can't deny it more. I love him. Despite it all, I love him. And did we really have to waste an entire chapter on this?
See, her guests were behind her. Fluttershy turned to see Pinkie, Twilight, Rainbow Dash, and Rarity standing in the doorway, their mouths open.
How long have you been standing there?
Fluttershy stammered. Neither of them said anything for a while, until Pinkie burst into excitement.
Oh my gosh, Fluttershy in love. You see too. This is so romantic. You know what this calls for?
No!
Oh, come on. You're not mad?
Sweetie, we don't know what to think, Rarity explained. We saw you've been miserable for the past few days. Now we know why. What we don't understand is how. Because you've fallen in love with the Conquest. She faced her friends defiantly.
I know it's hard for you to understand. I find it hard to understand as well. I don't expect you to ever understand, but Discord's not as evil as you think. He might have been before, but he's changed.
You're right, Rainbow said slowly. How do you know he really cares for you?
He let me go.
Well, he just felt guilty or something. Not to be judgmental or anything, but it is a possibility.
We just don't want you to get hurt,
Rarity eyed.
I don't need your approval, Fluttershy declared. I'm going back to Discord whether you like it or not.
We don't like it, Twilight confirmed. We cannot stand to see you in the clutches of a monster, but if he really has changed like you said...
He has, believe me.
Well, we cannot let you go in the ever-free forest alone into the home of an unpredictable Conquest. Fluttershy hung her head again. Oh, come on, you all know this is what we're going to do. We're coming with you.
You're right, why did I even think otherwise? I mean, that's the type of friends you are.
Her ears pricked up. Why am I even shot? Yeah, why am I even questioning this?
Oh, this is gonna be fun!
Pinkie exclaimed for joy. Rita sighed. Oh, what the heck, somebody's gotta protect you. We may not understand your feelings for Discord, Twilight explained, but who we are to stand in the way of doing what you think is right. Fluttershy smiled at her friends.
Thanks, girls.
Hold on, Rarity commented.
You're about to make a declaration of true love.
You need to look stunning. Oh, by the way, what incident with the Timberwolves is this fic referring to? I really can't remember. What, was there some episode with the Timberwolves and that was really dumb and Applejack was badly done and everybody was badly in character and stuff like crap like that? Am I missing something?